Today it's perfectly groomed, and this is what we all wanted to see Mick Fanning surf in down here at Bells. And, well, he's already upset a few of our bigger names, and Callum Robson, well, he'll be hoping that he can take down the 4-times champ.
I mean, for Callum, when he qualified, he probably had no idea he'd be at the bowl with Mick Fanning.
Hero, one of his heroes.
Guaranteed, and a chance to compare his surfing to one of the all-time greats. Callum looks like he was focused on trying to control the heat defensively, but Mick started making a run for this nice and early. Up on his first wave of the round of 16. Big top turn wrap. He'll slam on the brakes. That hollow section took him by surprise, and he ended up being kind of late to pull into the tube there.
Yeah, he was just a bit off on that first turn, Joe, and what happens at high tide, Bells starts to get a little wobble through it. Streaking down the line, waiting for that moment. Just got caught in the top of the lip there. And then perhaps a little indecisive, and it's not often that you see a barrel on offer here through the Bells bowl. And Mick going really high in the lip there. And just see that hillside rail just got caught. Mick had to drag through that turn, and as a result, he was caught a little bit behind and really had no option but to tuck into the curtain. Was all over by that point.
Yeah, rare to see him kind of have a misstep. And now all adjustments again, pulling into this one a bit deeper. Callum will make a move. Just stretching this one out from the takeoff. Now lining up the first section. Beautiful forehand hook back to the bottom. Going up for a solid layback carve, but he can't hang on. Connected with a lot of speed, but got off balance and made his first mistake.
Great looking wave as he takes off, Joe. Streaks down the line, waits for his moment, drives off the bottom, hacks it up into the lip. Plays with the foam ball as he goes into his bottom turn and just overcooked it on the second turn here. So a stretched out bottom turn, beautiful first carve. Gets into the bottom turn, let's see what happens. Goes for the big layback hack, and just his front foot just got out of position there. And it was all over at that point. Tiny little misjudgment. The foot slid off. That was it.
Great junior athletes coming out of Australia. Qualified at a young age. It took a little bit to get his feet wet with world titles because we were getting right into the Andy Irons domination era where he went 3 straights in his titles, and the rivalry was focused on AI and Kelly. Andy beat Mick out here in the past before the quarters, as we have an up and out from Callum.
This is Callum Robson. Sets the bottom turn, slicing off the top, straight back to the power source, up high again. 2 very clean wraps, Joe, and then brings it all the way through to the inside. You can see just biding his time with the fuller tide. Everything's just a little bit more delayed. Callum heading all the way down to the button at the Winky Pop section.
Hits the end section, will catch up the halfway mark for Mick Fanning on his second scoring ride. Wave breathes a bit. Remember, we're just about maxed out on the high tide.
Oh, nice.
Top turn wrap, fit that in well. No water left, but he'll sacrifice the body for the finishing move. But also putting on some amazing performances in some quick traveling trips as well. How was that big blast?
Wow, that big slice. Trademark Mick Fanning. Comes around the section. Does an extended layback, cut back, and some rail work all the way through to the inside. But perhaps a little more aggressive than Callum on his wave. Degree of difficulty of the maneuvers a little bit higher. And again, through that inside, just showing some flair.
Yeah, noticing the condition surface changing a bit. We did start with 2 falls and obviously balance with the higher tide. Not the easiest conditions on the day, but still plenty of action. Callum Robson sets up that first arc. Last wave, 5.17 for the rookie. Back down to the bottom, front side carve again, keeping it steady with the rail work. Now he's got an inside track to work with. All patience for Callum. Looking to drive through this inside section. Drills it once.
Callum Robson surfing very, very well. Clean, calculated surfing, driving through that turn. But when you really start to look deeper into it, just look at the angle that Mick Fanning is getting on his surfboard. Maybe just bearing a little bit more rail. I did like that third turn in the bowl section for Callum, though. And as he came through to the inside.
Tracking Mick Fanning now halfway down the line. I think we heard the audience erupt on his opening maneuver. Quick snap to slide. Mick controls it all the way down the beach.
Exactly a point higher. Let's see what Mick did on this second ride. Starts off with that trademark swoop. Comes around the section. Tighter in the lip. Tucks under. Gets a little shower. Not a significant tube ride, but a little bit of mini vision there through to the inside. And I feel like Mick's just putting just an extra bit of spice, an extra hint of sugar.
And as we speak, White Lightning's in motion.
Yeah, you've revved him up, Mick.
Hard off the bottom. Nice trim of the top turn. Controlling the rail into a big vert. And now a rapid cutback to follow. Just a fill-in move right there, setting up the inside track. He's been dry docking his previous waves. Crushes that section there. Will he hit it again right in front of the beach? Rides away without a problem.
It's impressive, Joe. It is really impressive. And when you think about, Mick's retirement, he's been riding so many different sorts of surfboards. And he's gotten tuned back on his thruster so quickly. Carving off the top. Holds that one for a little bit longer. I like the second turn. Taking it vertical. Changing the line up a little bit. Giving the judges something else to think about. Working it through all the way to the inside. Finishing strong on every single one of his rides. And when you look at the scores, Mick has put a point, exactly a point, on his two rides above Callum Robson. So don't have to be a mathematician to work this one out. So he's 2 points ahead. Sitting on the bottom turn, straight up into the lip, vertical, drifts the fins out. I was chatting with Darren Hanley right before this, and he just said, this is one of his typical 511s that he's used so many times. It's his go-to shortboard. Here we go. Fight back from Callum Robson.
Callum uses priority, needs the 777. Under the lip speed turn for Callum. Into the open face, draws that carve early. Then belts the lip line. Ton of intensity through Robson's turns. Roundhouse cut back. He's dealing with the downtime well. And now starting to drive forward on the wall. Meets the whitewater section. Final move for the rookie. Belts it. Stays on his feet. This last wave number-wise. Let's have another look, Richie.
First snap under the lip. He had to cut it a little bit shorter than this one here. It was sort of a mid-face under the lip hack. Drives out of it with plenty of speed, and that little moment there where he did kick the fins out a little bit, got some progression. So the judges may take that into note, and Callum needs to get more than a 5.17. He wants to improve.
The tide is pretty high, and I think it just changed, so yeah, that was probably a little bit of a factor. And but yeah, I don't know, I'm just excited to watch the rest of the comp. It's going to be amazing. I think the waves are going to be firing later today, so yeah, it's going to be good.
Big wave out the back for Mick Fanning. Drives off the top. A great opening maneuver. The second one. Lengthened out. Carve. And then a third. Roundhouse cut back into the foam. Then Mick starting to show a little bit more expression on the face here, leaning into it. One of the bigger waves of the heat so far, and another roundhouse cutback with the rebound off the foam. Mick having a little chuckle there.
He's just loving the day, but also I feel like his legs are burning. Couldn't have gone any higher on that round.
No, that was about the highest line you could have taken on that ride. And Mick sits on the bottom turn, stretches out the eyes, firmly fixed on where he wants to go, and it was sort of like a two-stage carve, this one.
Was pushing so hard on those bottom turns, using so much of the wave. Way out off the bottom, super high off that lip line for his carves. Callum looking to come back here. Speed jam, he's got to cover some ground here off the bottom again. Beautiful down carve for Robson. Right back into a solid rapid cutback. Fades it, now looks for the inside track. He's got a lot of speed to utilize here. He'll attack that oncoming section. And he'll be taking this one all the way down to Winky Pop, celebrating the rookie letting go of a big roar to the fans here at Bells. They appreciate that performance. The rookie certainly stepping up here in the round of 16.
Oh, crunch time. Under a minute to go. That was a great ride from Callum Robson. Beautiful looking wave here. Callum driving off the bottom, hacks it off the top, cuts it perfectly at the right moment so that he can get to this section here. A driving carve back into the power source. I love that wrap, Joe, because he extended a little bit further, took the rotation further round into the pocket. And then the wave standing up all the way through the inside, hits it off the top again. And then wait, hang on, there's more. Drives it down the line, finishes strong with a great foam hit, kicks the tail out.
Numbers dropping in for Callum Robson. He gets it. A 7.77 to turn it on one of the all-time greats at Bells.
Wow. Well, he got the lucky 777. There it is.
Callum Robson surfing the heat of his career to take out a four-time Bells champ on the final wave.